Stirring the percolated 8 o'clock coffee with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, 8 o'clock coffee made in a percolator. It's coffee. I don't elevate coffee or put down coffee. Some is better than others. Obviously, some methods are better for making coffee than others. Today I used a percolator. Yesterday I used a French press. Some days I make instant coffee. Some days I make mushroom coffee. Some days I pour through. Depending on what my mood is. I don't want to get bored. I like to challenge my palate every now and then. Not a huge fan of flavored coffees at all. Remember when flavored coffees first started coming out and hazelnut was like a big thing? I think people liked it just because it was different, not really because it's any good. But the percolator does make some hot coffee, no doubt about that. Yesterday's broadcast was kind of a punch in the face for a lot of people. And hopefully a wake-up call for some. Yeah. Two years from now, you're going to look at Twitter and you're going to think to yourself, what the heck was I thinking? It only takes an older man about 2 weeks to figure that out. Most people are slow learners. Twitter, man Twitter is a shit show. Masculine Twitter, absolute shit show. Absolute shit show. There's people who can't split a piece of wood without announcing it on Twitter, masculine Twitter. There's guys who can't work out without announcing it on masculine. I did 2 extra reps today with 10 extra pounds. Shut up. Shut up, you fatherless idiot, you. Stop it. Your lost drunk father would be ashamed of you. He still was more of a man than you are. I can't even say that with a straight face. I guess today is Happy Fat Thursday, right? It's a day, like the day before Lent starts or something like that. I don't know. So like where, I guess in Poland, they make donuts and fill the donuts with jelly and put powdered sugar or like a glaze on them with orange zest. But I guess they put vodka in the mix, in the dough. I forget what it does. It keeps the yeast from making the donuts rise too much, something like that. Is that what it is? And any of you bakers or chemists out there would know what that is, but it's called Fat Thursday. And Agnieszka sent me a video of explaining what Fat Thursday is. So you are supposed to deprive yourself of things made in lard or sugar or something like that until Easter. People in the States say give things up for Lent. So the donuts in Poland are what called paczis or botchkis or something like that. I don't know. But I did some clicking around on the web. So it's Fat Thursday in Poland today. So happy Fat Thursday. I probably would eat about 6 of those donuts if they were in front of me. They look so good. So much for the carnivore diet. Gutted is how one of my followers describes how he felt after he discovered that she cheated on him. And if you ever went hunting or fishing, you know why gutted is the appropriate word to use. A lot of modern Protestants are missing out on the encouragement an Orthodox icon gives them. It's a tool. There's times when I see the picture of Christ and it's not a graven image has no magical powers. And I'm reminded of Christ. And it encourages me. Cult of ideas are always better than a cult of personality. I don't really give a crap about the first gay, the first black, the first woman, the first this, the first that when it comes to politics. I don't care. I don't care. What I care about is being qualified. People were going, oh, the first gay national defense director or something like that. Is he qualified? That's all I care about. I don't care what happens in his bedroom. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me. And it shouldn't matter to you. People who brag about the first anything like that are manipulating you. And the ones who are happy about the first whatever are the manipulated. I know that's not being very woke, is it? I don't really understand when people mix Hemingway and masculinity. He looked like a masculine guy, didn't he? He did masculine things. But the guy had some demons, not saying that masculine people can't have demons. I like him as a writer. His works are okay, yeah. His adventurous life, so-called adventurous life, I get that. But I shake my head at his suicide. Not that masculine men have never committed suicide or never pondered it. And I've had to kind of ignore that to enjoy his work. For me, Hemingway was one of the most interesting men in the world, truly, before there was the most interesting man in the world. It takes years to establish trust, but only 1 minute to destroy it. 1 stupid minute can destroy years of trust that you've built up. Think about that. You probably won't, because you're not thinking with this head. I like to tell people, think with your head, not the bed. What do you consider cheating and why? I took a poll. 2% time alone with another, 22% kissing, 15% anything involving sex organs, and 61% all of the above. I think all of the above are cheating. I do. Never forget that your devil will be somebody else's angel. The girl that you hate, guys, some dude is just going to scoop her up and think that she's the greatest thing that ever happened. And same thing with the men and the ladies that are watching. The guy that you think is the biggest jerk in the world is going to be some other woman's savior. Isn't it weird how life works like that? But you saw the signs, didn't you, early on? Very rarely are people completely caught off guard. What happens is we saw the signs and we ignored them. We ignore them out of arrogance, thinking, I can handle this. That's not a problem. I can change them. I had a guy write me yesterday. Said his girl came over with the box of his stuff and said she's breaking up with him. Then he finds out that his father is having a relationship with the woman. That's the weirdest thing I ever heard. So obviously now he's alienated by choice, and rightfully so, from the girl and his father. What kind of girl would do that? Number one, that's a real slut. And what kind of father would do that to his son? There's a real, I don't even have a word for that. Isn't that a weird story? If you've seen the emails that I get, if you've only seen you have no idea. Some people say, please don't read this out loud, or some people say, you can use this story, but don't use my identity or my name. I get that. I get that. I understand that. And I do read your stories. I do. After yesterday's video about cheating, the ugly truth about cheating, I was thinking about some things, and I wrote some things down yesterday that I think would be important for you to discuss in your relationship or in your marriage. And this is very serious. This is where everything goes from lighthearted or cynical to dead serious. Here's some questions. Number one, have a discussion, and I'm not talking about right before bed when you're both tired, but check this out. Maybe sitting in the living room, maybe while you're driving, where you can literally ask these questions without emotions. Do it now. Do it this weekend. Do it this weekend. First one, what do you consider cheating? Super important, isn't it? You probably never discussed that with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, or your wife. What do you consider cheating? People will have different opinions. That's why I took that little poll. There are some people that think that if you're spending time alone with a member of the opposite sex, that's cheating. There's some people say, all I did was take a walk with them. That wasn't cheating. There's some people, and I know women are notorious for this. I didn't have sex with him. I didn't have sex with him. But she blew him. Or she took it up the back door. But I didn't have sex with him. I only fondled him, but I didn't have sex with him. People who are caught usually say things like that. When you're busted, you say things like that. You start parsing meanings. You've been with people like that. They're busted. They start making excuses for their behavior. They go from figurative to literal 3 times in the same sentence. So ask your person, what do you consider cheating? Have that conversation before you have to have that conversation. 2, how can you increase trust and transparency in the relationship? Are there gaps of time that you ever wondered? What are they doing? Where are they? I'll never forget a husband that was cheating. And they restored their marriage. People I know. And I'll never forget, I said to the woman, will you ever trust him again? She says, we're okay now. She says, but whenever he's 5 to 10 minutes late, the first thing my mind goes to is he's with another woman. So I don't know why you call that, or I don't know why you would describe the relationship as we're okay now when he's only 5, 10, 15 minutes late and you automatically go to he could be with another woman. That's because there was a breach of trust. So how do you increase trust and transparency? It's easy with social media, but there are people who use social media to hide things as well. Like my friend Donovan Sharp says, give me your phone. Hand me your phone and unlock it. Give me the code to unlock it. And right there, you'll be able to tell if a person is faithful. Most people. There was a time when I was Lisa in someone's phone. Yeah. A call or text would come in and it would come up as Lisa. Imagine that. 3, what would you consider to be a betrayal of trust? How do you know when you're betrayed? Answer that. And both of you answer those questions. 4, what are your views on flirting outside the relationship? Making yourself more attractive or signaling, look at me, interact with me. What is considered? I'm the ultimate flirter, or I should say I was. Now I'm just the opposite. You know who I love flirting with? The person that I'm with, the woman that I'm with. I don't want to flirt with any other women. I'm not interested in that. When I was younger, that's all I ever did. And I'm sure it was very uncomfortable for the woman that I was with, whether it be a waitress, a bartender, another friend, another female friend. What do you consider flirting? I'm almost at the point, the Apostle Paul point, where he says it's not good for a man to even touch a woman. That's why I'm moving away from the hug and kissy culture. But I'm European. Shut up. Shut the fuck up with I'm European. Well, we kiss. Shut up. All right? I just like the upward palm handshake. That's what I like. Nice to see you. And that's it. You remove all doubt. Those are some good questions to start a conversation about fidelity, faithfulness, and trust. It's better to have those conversations now than have to have those conversations later.